What's up, everybody? TC coming at you with an update video. And today I just wanted to talk about what's going on lately. I was just hanging out in the basement here. I had my Kakashi Sensei shirt on, and I just felt like doing an update video. Actually, I was actually watching YouTube and hearing some people talk about just random things about what's going on in their lives. I just think it's interesting, and maybe it's interesting for you, for me to make this kind of video. It's a lot less editing. It's just gonna be me blabbing about the things that has happened in the last month and a half, basically since I'm back home. So without necessarily saying what city I'm in, I moved from Alberta back to Ontario, where I grew up. In fact, right now I'm actually in my parents' basement at the moment. And it's super nice to be back here because I get to see all my friends and family are all around here. Like most of them, like a big over 90% of them are still around my city here, and it's just great to be back. I get to do things with them in real life instead of, well, some of them I gamed with them all the time online, but some of them aren't gamers, and it's just nice to see them finally and get to do stuff with them, regardless what it is. I'm also more active. We play sports outside, or we just toss a frisbee, whatever. It's been fun biking around and rollerblading. I took out my rollerblades the other day when I was shopping around for a car. It was just fun rollerblading around because my bike here had to go to the shop, and it's cool being back, and it's cool being more active and being more social in real life. And having the bros and the I guess sisters and the parents around. It's very cool. Definitely back at my parents' place, which is a bit weird. I don't mind admitting, I guess I'm kind of a meme at this point. I got the neck beard, my 30s, gaming in my parents' basements. But the original plan was for me to move out at the end of the summer, but I still don't have like a permanent position in a school, so I don't know where I'm gonna end up. The school I'm at right now is very close to here, and honestly, they have plenty of room here. We get along great, and I've been away for 7 of the last 9 years. So I think they're happy for me to be around here, and I'm definitely happy to hang out with them, eat with them from time to time, and we get along so good that there's no reason for me to go spend 800 or 900 bucks a month, my own internet and all that, just to not be here. So it doesn't make sense to me. Once I know where I might settle down, once I find a school that I really like and offer me a permanent position, then at that point I want to move closer to the school so I can maybe walk and bike to school again. So that'd be fun. Right now I'm driving, so it's pretty cool. I got my first car. Yay! You can see it. It's 2016 Toyota. I went to some Japanese dealers. The only thing I wanted was a Japanese car, because I like those cars, and I know they last very long. They're very well built, and well, come on, it's Japan. And of course, I wanted a manual car because I've driven motorcycles all my life, and all motorcycles are manual. You have to use the clutch and the gears and all that, and I kind of want to keep that up because I like it. I like how it feels, and so I went in there, and they had this used car that wasn't very used at all, and it was a pretty good deal for me. It was hard for them to get rid of it because it was manual and people don't want to drive that anymore, so I got it at a pretty good price. But it turns out it's the same exact car as my friend Alex, so the one that was in the Culture Shock video. So I ended up getting the same car as him, same color. It was a pure coincidence, but I really like the car, and it feels good. It's a Toyota, and it's gonna last very long. It feels really good. I'm really liking it. But yeah, it's cool. My first car. Pretty late in life, but honestly, I didn't feel like I necessarily had the funds and the means to really get one comfortably, financially speaking. So I got to just, all the money I made in Alberta, I just used it, and I paid cash for it, and now it's mine, and I got a car, and I don't have to worry about payments and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's definitely nice. Even this morning it was kind of cold, and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice having a car. Normally I'd have to literally put my snowboard gear on and get on my motorcycle and go to work with my gear. When it's 5 or 7 degrees, you need a lot to be able to motorcycle around in the morning. So I was kind of happy to have a car at that point. What else? Well, I set up my computer down here. I know it's been a couple videos where you see the background. This is definitely the basement. It's my mom's desk over there. She doesn't use it that much, so I'm sort of dominating. I have a bit of schoolwork over there. I have my old white table here that I bought a little while ago that was just sitting here for a while. And I still have my desk that I bought in Alberta through Amazon. So it's pretty nice. I have a sick setup. I want to make a quick video about the setup later because I bought a few new things for my computer. I got some VR now, as you can see in my Beat Saber video. And recently I also bought a super sweet racing wheel setup with clutch, with the shifter and everything like that. So kind of spending a bit of my money on luxury things, but to be honest, I worked really hard for 2 years over there, and I really didn't spend that much money. I saved my money. I didn't even buy a car. I would bike or walk in the minus 30 degrees to school to save that money and to be able to be more comfortable moving back home. So I don't really feel bad about buying those things. I feel like I do finally deserve to go luxury on my computer. It is the thing. It is my passion. So you know, hopefully if you're like me and you like to have a strong computer with all these cool gadgets that lets you have a cool gaming experience, then maybe eventually in life you'll have the funds and the means to do it. Don't go in debt for it. I've never went in debt in my life, mostly because I was very responsible with money, but also because I got helped out a lot by my parents, just like this here, not having to spend on rent and stuff like that for a few months or maybe even a year. It builds up. So that's kind of my new situation, and I have a new job, of course. I am currently working at my brother's old high school. So my brother went to a high school where we grew up, and I went to another high school. So I'm kind of betraying my old high school, which is kind of funny, but it's cool being there. It's my first time being there. I'm teaching grade 9 math. So it's also interesting thinking that I taught a lot of grade 8 last year, and we're kind of moving forward into high school, learning it and learning the differences and what it means to be a high school teacher and maybe high school student for I'm guessing most of my viewers. Some of you are probably still in grade 8, and that's cool too. So I think we're all adapting to high school. The schedule is different. Definitely the whole school board is full French, so I have to email in French and everything is French, which I enjoy. I like my life being more French for sure. It's fun. You know, when you meet any teacher or any kids at school, you know that you can, you know, go into it and speak French, which I really enjoy a lot. I have to say that writing French is a bit difficult. It is difficult, and it's also a bit more work, so that is something I have to get used to. But I'm definitely glad to be in a more French environment. It definitely feels more like me, like where I grew up and where I belong. So it's definitely legit. I like it a lot. And I'm driving to school every day, which is new. The schedule too, we start right at 8, so I have to be there at 7:45. But the school ends at 2:15, which is super early compared to what I'm used to. And, you know, we can leave 5 or 10 minutes after that if we're done all our work, which hasn't happened that often. But on a Friday, I like to leave right after school, and it's pretty cool getting home at like 2:40, and your weekend starts pretty early. So it is cool like that. I also have more time at school to do my preparation, and I can even do some marking at school, which is something that is unheard of for me, because usually I would always do it on Sundays at home because I never have the time for that at school back where I was. So it's definitely a new dynamic. I have the same 3 classes every day, which is also quite different compared to 8 different classes from the last 2 years. So the days are definitely more similar, but it's also nice to be able to see the students every day and to follow through on what we do every day. It's definitely cool. I like that a lot. But at the same time, it's a bit more repetitive. Well, I was talking about that with another teacher today, and it's like, yeah, we'll see if that maybe gets a bit more boring for me and the students, and maybe I can do something about that. So lastly, my last news update, I guess we could say, is that yesterday I tried out for the hip hop group. So they have all sorts of sports and stuff like that, and they have a hip hop and a jazz dance group, and there is a teacher already in charge of all that. But I'm not really interested in like just being in charge of groups. I just want to dance, right? If you know me, you know that that's mostly what I want to do. So I asked him if it was cool if I actually tried out, like just like a student, just being part of the group, The grade 12s are usually the ones that manage and captain and come up with the choreographies and stuff like that. There's no way I could do that. They're all better than me, or most of them are certainly better than me. I saw their skills yesterday. It was pretty impressive for sure. But I ask, if you don't mind me joining, if you think I won't bring the troop down, which is kind of what I'm scared of. But they were super cool. They were super accepting. So if any of you are watching right now, I appreciate it a lot. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna happen every Monday after school. It's right there. It's awesome. So I'm looking forward to some interesting choreographies and just having a good time at school dancing. Maybe having a few shows before I'm done my contract. So that's kind of the latest news. Again, more physical activity for me, which is nice. It's hard to motivate myself to do exercise. I just can't just run around or do weights and stuff like that. I need a reason to do it. That's why Beat Saber is awesome, and dancing or having a reason to move around. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Even if I don't get it as fast as the other members, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna practice, and I'm gonna make sure that I can keep up with them. So it's kind of my new challenge for me, the hip hop group, and also succeeding obviously at teaching Math 9, which is a new curriculum, a new way to teach for me. So that's sort of what I'm looking at for the next 5 months. I think it's going to be awesome. And after that, well, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but that's okay, because that's kind of how I roll. Take it one day at a time. As long as I'm enjoying it, which I really am, I think it's all good, and we'll see what the future brings me. So if you made it all the way to the end of my rambling video, maybe you want to like the video. If not, that's okay. I don't really care. I do want to say that I don't have this YouTube thing to make any kind of money or whatever. I just do it because it's fun, and it's maybe a cool way to connect with some of the students that like to watch YouTube videos or whatever. So don't worry about it. We might hit 200 subs soon. That's pretty cool. I definitely like that. It'd be fun to know the different percentages of how many are my students, how many are maybe friends or people that I met in real life, and how many are random people from the internet. But I guess we'll see in the future. So thanks for watching. Have a good day, a good night, and peace out.